Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. Jimmy Failla is killing 80s icons. Thanks, Jim.
Way to go, Jimbo.
Crap week last week, huh?
Yeah, it was a bummer. We lose the Hulkster. Obviously, I was a huge fan of the Hulkster. Not just the sex tape, the wrestling, all of it. I was a fan. The Ozman, Sabbath.
I know. I've been listening to so much Black Sabbath since last week.
It's amazing because Ozzy was not only like a rock god in so many different ways, but he was my intro to like playground vandalism, because those were the kids who would write like Black Sabbath on a slide with a magic
Ozzy,
marker,
yeah.
Ozzy rules, or some kind of devil sign.
Yeah.
And when you're a little kid, those guys are like, what is this,
Scary.
like a cult or something?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's a 12-year-old with a BMX and a pack of cigarettes, but as a kid, you're like, the devil's among us.
We had a firebug in our neighborhood, and I remember him going up to the parents. He was an actual like pyro, and I remember him going up to the parents going, you should not let your children listen to KISS because it stands for Kids in Satan's Service. So that's what you're getting yourself into.
I loved those people.
Yeah.
They could find the acronym for anything. Was this a guy who bought a pair of Adidas and all day long he dreamt about sex, like those people? I remember
It's
that.
actually pronounced Adidas. Adi Dassler was the founder of Adidas, and he and his brother had falling out. His brother started a new one.
Yeah, that guy didn't listen to Ozzy.
No,
he didn't
and that
rock
guy,
out.
I remember that guy would, when all the boys at Boy Scouts meetings would sit on the floor, he insisted on sitting in a chair.
Ooh.
Because he would say, I don't sit on the floor.
Who is this guy? I love
wanna
this guy's
know.
a good character. It sounds like the clothesline, the Hulkster needed to clothesline him.
He really did.
I love the Hulkster. I think it's, people need to understand this. He was, at the height of his fame, probably the most recognizable human being on the planet of Earth. Because the WWF, as it was called at the time, was as big as any sport anywhere. Think about this. When he fought Andre the Giant.
Was there anything bigger? Like, we cannot conceive of that.
No, and they had 40 million live viewers just in America alone for wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling. And it was like the most insane thing because he was the reason it made its way into like the pop cultural stratosphere. It was in sitcoms. Obviously, they were in movies. WrestleMania was this huge thing.
We watched an episode of the A-Team.
Yeah.
With Hulk Hogan this
my
weekend.
God.
And it was to see Mr. T and Hulk on the same small screen.
Oh.
It takes you right back to your childhood.
And Mr. T cereal, which is famously what Pee Wee Herman's dog Speck eats in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Don't you want your Mr. I want my Mr. T cereal. You know that whole thing? Mr. T cereal. He was in DC Cab.
Yes.
Now, the 80s was such a gonzo decade that a guy in a Speedo who walks around in a feather boa and tassels tied to his arms could be the most recognizable person.
And the toughest person on the planet.
Toughest person around.
Yep.
It was the Hulkster, Terry Bollea. And I love that he got that second go-round at the convention this summer. I just thought it was a great moment for America, especially because Trump is trying to harken back to that civic pride thing we felt in the 80s.
Yes,
and
we were unashamed.
Yes, he was a real American.
Yes.
You think about that, okay? He fought the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden, 1984. First man to escape a camel clutch. I said this the other night.
But what a great year that was.
You get the Olympics out
Yes.
in L.A.
Just dominating the Olympics. The Soviets are sitting it out.
Nobody wants to hear it. They're
Nope.
still butthurt about the Miracle on Ice 4 years earlier. They're not even showing up to our Olympics. But you understand, so in 84, he beats the Iron Sheik for the heavyweight title at Madison Square Garden. On a Saturday night, he's swinging an American flag at a pro wrestling match, and the whole country is like USA. You know what I mean? And I said this the other night. It's like now we're in New York City. They would nominate the Iron Sheik for mayor. Like, there was a time, like, who's this guy spitting on the flag, saying women shouldn't show their face?
Who was it? Was it Hillary Clinton when Trump had a rally at Madison Square Garden? Well, it's just like Hitler.
Yeah,
You know,
the
it's just-
Hitler rally.
It's a Nazi rally. It reminds me of 1938.
Meanwhile, her husband accepted the nomination at Madison Square Garden.
At a convention.
And she was there. And she was there. God, people, it's the death of shame. But the Hulkster... Okay, and we're doing one. We'll get to the third one. I think we should. As the guest, I like to dictate topics.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
No, but the Hulkster.
You're not a guest, you're family.
Thank you for that. It's like the Olive Garden. When you're here, you're
Exactly.
family. That's why my breadstick was out, Your Honor. Anyway, hold on. Stick with me. So the Hulkster.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
Oh, arrest me.
But the Hulkster. Okay, and I was going to say Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh, I thought
just
you were
the
going to say
same.
Chuck Mangione. I thought you were going to be a decent person.
Love a Chuck Mangione, and we can. So it's funny when my family drove down to Florida and my dad's Ford LTD station wagon. It was a brown one. I know nobody likes to show off, ladies, but sometimes you got to flex. But I remember that song being the only thing on the radio. The only thing on. We probably heard it 600 times.
AM, FM.
It was the only
Get it
thing
everywhere.
anywhere
Religious
on the
stations.
He made money off that, I hope.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
But Chuck Mangione, you lose, obviously, the Hulkster. You lose Ozzy. And I meant to say Malcolm Jamal Warner because the Cosby Show is right in there in that meatball of, like, 80s culture, like the supernova of it, like the Cosby Show. This sounds crazy. When it debuted its first year, it had 96 million viewers.
Jesus.
It was the biggest sitcom that ever happened. And for those first
So
5
it's like
years.
we were all given a Valium and fell asleep with the TV on.
Hey, there it is. Well, that's what's funny about it. It's the biggest sitcom ever. And for some reason, no one kind of talks about liking it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we're not leaning into that, but it was the biggest sitcom ever.
Yeah.
And Theo was obviously a huge part of that. As was Dr. Huxtable. I do believe if you were to poll the average person on Twitter, more people probably do trust Dr. Huxtable than Dr. Fauci. It doesn't mean you should go out for drinks with the guy, but I mean, when you look at the medical
I don't know that you should be filling your prescription.
Yeah, I don't know you ought to fill in anything, to be clear. But it was such a bizarre week because there was coverage in every field. There was an overlap in every field of pop culture. And it was the best decade. That's what really made it, I think, to so many people resonate.
Yeah, but you bring up such a good point, and that Trump is really good at identifying when we felt best.
Yes.
And reconnecting you with that feeling.
Yep.
It's kind of what he does at State of the Union speeches. Like he brings up the most emotional guest in the galley that you're so just struck by, you're so moved. And, it's the same thing because every Republican who runs for president is like, I'm the next Ronald Reagan. I have the most Reagan principles. He's like, I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
I will make everything so retro. I will take you back to 1984.
I'm going to give you a Hulk Hogan, and we're going to deputize a 12-year-old who has health problems. And then we'll shoot him out of a cannon and give him a badge like Trump goes gonzo. He is a real American.
Yep.
He is, when the Hulkster was like, Trumpomania, let Trumpomania run wild.
Dude, we haven't even talked about the fact that we were playing Hulk Hogan's theme song 2 weeks ago in my backyard.
In her backyard 2 weeks ago. I believe it was probably 1 a.m. on the Bluetooth speaker. I busted out Real American, and we rocked so hard to Real American.
Yes, I hope we shook the neighbors to their core.
Not knowing it was like probably our last living interaction with the song for the Hulkster. And I think maybe that is why he checked out. He realized the torch had been passed.
Yes.
I think we're the Real Americans now.
And we were just burning in the backyard, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Nothing you can do. But he was the Hulkster. He was the best. He fought Rocky in Rocky III, Thunder Lips.
Yep.
But then you think about the foreign policy, okay? Takes out Iran, Iron Sheik. The Russians, Nikolai Volkov. He takes out a tag team called the Bolsheviks. After he beats Volkov gets a guy, Boris Zukov, and they tag team against the Hulkster. He beats them too.
Yeah.
Guy, he ended the Cold War.
Yeah.
They were like, no
I mean,
mas.
that was the blueprint for the Trump doctrine.
Yeah, it was
right there.
Yeah, and when, people give Reagan a lot of credit for saying tear down this wall, but Hulkster would have thrown somebody through it.
Yes.
And they was just, Reagan was saying,
crumbled.
we do this the nice way, the not so nice way. And they tore it down. But I give most of the credit to the Hulkster.
He's dangling Hulk. Like, really? You want this?
Yes. And can we just, for a note, as people who work in media and we hate scummy people, the fact that he took out Gawker is amazing.
Yes.
He took out Gawker.
Yeah.
They leaked a sex tape. Losers.
Yeah. And then Peter Thiel's like, I don't like this one bit.
Yeah.
I'm a real American.
Yeah, I'm a real
Want this.
American.
Here's some of my billions.
Yep. Fought for the rights of every man.
Yeah. As
Slept-
we're fighting for the right to party here.
Amen. Amen. And you have to these days. You have to.
Don't you dare take one of the Beastie Boys this week.
They won't do it. The Beastie Boys are going to make it. I will tell you this. I think last week something was off in the universe. The glitch in the Matrix whole thing.
Yep.
I'm hoping we're going to be okay.
Yeah, we got to make it through this, Jim. Mercury is still very much in retrograde. I know how you are about your astrology.
I'm a mess. Not betting any horses tonight. When Mercury's again, don't forget that.
I'm glad you're back from Texas, though.
We survived. And we drank till we wore the yellow Speedo in the Hoaxer's honor. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with.
It was truly a way to honor a legend. Nothing more, officer. All right, this has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.